Each
This
of the
conference will now be recorded.
each of the every module, end of the module, you will be developing the small applications, like how you are going to develop the applications and what kind of applications you are going to build. This all the things I'll be demoing you. Yeah, now this is a 75 hours program. You will be given the quizzes, and at the same time you will be given the assignments and the projects. And so each module, what are the modules it contains, what are things you can the 75 hours what I'm going to learn. 75 hours of the from my side I'm going to deliver the session, and that you can take it as a 75 hours into 2 times if you are spending 75 or 2 times or 3 times if you are spending the time. So total it is going to be a really significant the number of hours where you can become a master in Java. Yeah, 75 hours of my sessions, and you multiply with the 3 times or 2 times. Minimum is a 2 times 150 plus 75. It's around 225 hours. If you're working on any technology, you'll get a good hands-on experience. You are going to get it here. And not only learning the session, at the same time you will be given the tasks and assignments and the projects you will be assigned that, like, so if you solve these things, definitely it will help you in when you once you enter into the organization. So how you can work on the projects, those problems will challenge you, and at the same time you learn a lot of things when you're doing these assignments and the projects. The next one is, so this is a way we are going to cover. The first, your program will start with the core Java, and some of the guys you are not from the programming background, or you are doing the first time as a your Java programming. Don't worry, we will start from the very basics, like what is a programming and how you are going to write the programming. Writing hello world example to the will take to the framework, the Spring framework will take you to that level. To reach this level, we have to go through the so many modules. The first we'll start with our introduction to the programming by using the core Java. Once you get a core Java knowledge, then you will be introduced to the SQL and SQL DB and the databases and the NoSQL databases. So when SQL database will be introduced, all the SQL will be covered, like the core SQL will be covered, like what is a joins and how what is a database and how we are going to insert the database and retrieving the database. So these are the CRUD operations, and at the same time how to write the joins. So these all the things you learn in SQL. And when it comes to the NoSQL databases, like if you are going with the NoSQL database, that MongoDB will be covered. Like what to work on the MongoDB, what are the things it's required as a full stack developer. Those things you can expect from this program. Then once you learn with this, then you will be introduced to the HTML and CSS, and then it is going to be a JavaScript. And the JavaScript also as important as the Java, I can say that. Like these days, most of the UI work, what are the projects as a full stack developer you are going to work, you will be working on the UI. Either you may use the Angular or React. In this full stack development program, we are going to take it as Angular. I'm not going to touch anything on the React. So JavaScript knowledge, if you have, that will help you learn in Angular and React. So that will definitely, it is going to help you. And at the same time, this JavaScript knowledge will help you in MongoDB as well. JavaScript language, it will help you in MongoDB, especially when you're dealing with the MongoDB. So you'll be writing the queries like the JSON object you will be writing, like you're writing queries like a JavaScript. You are going to write it here. Then once you get a hang of this Java, HTML, CSS, and if you get a fair knowledge, then we'll move to the framework called the Angular framework. And this is where you will be learning about the Angular. So Angular, you will be learning almost, I can say that, like so almost you are going to learn it here, Angular. Yeah. By the time just it. Angular, what are the things you can learn? I'll show you that what are the things you are going to learn it here, and then you are going to learn about the, once you learn about the Angular, will cover almost all the concepts. Yeah, from the security to the filters, auth guards, the basic components, all the components will be covered. Then we'll move with the Spring framework. So this is a place where we'll spend more time and we'll be developing our project in Spring. We are going to develop that project. What are the project you are going to develop? We'll be developing in Spring and in detail about the each module. So this is a 25 hours it is kept, and to be say honestly, it never completed in 25 hours. It is going to take the uh, 30 to 35 hours. It is going to take it here based on the your interaction, based on the like no, so the questions what you are asking. So based on that, the number will change. Maximum it will go 30 hours. It is going to be the core Java. We will be spending on the only core Java and database stuff. So 30 hours we are going to spend it here. So here you will be introduced to the day one. You will be introduced to the first week itself. You will be introduced to the how to use the source code repositories by using the Git and the Gradle are a Maven. That's a build tools and IDEs, integrated development environment. What are the real time applications when you are developing? What is the environment is required? All this environment we'll be using from the day one. We'll be using the day one. So you'll be introduced to the. So before we completing this module, this all these things will be covered. Git and Gradle and IDEs it will be covered. And the core Java, these are the things you can expect that like you will be covering with the fundamentals of the programming and control statements and oops concepts, exception, collections, and thread and reflection API. And in a collection framework, most of the things I'll be covering the Java 8 concepts called the streams and how we are going to use the functional interfaces. So we will be using the version Java 8. We are going to use it here. Once we're done with the core Java, then we'll move to the databases where you will be learning about the MySQL and MongoDB. You are going to learn, and you will be developing the application you are going to develop here. So this application is a completely CLI application. It is a completely a CLI application you are going to develop, and that CLI application, so which you are going to develop, it can be it can be as simple as like your contact book, CLI application, or conducting the quiz. How we are going to conduct the quiz? So online quiz, how we are going to conduct? So that's just something you'll have the. This example will have the project you are going to develop that. Here, when you're learning the core Java, it is not only learning the Java at the same time, how you are going to test your code. You'll be introduced to the JUnit 5, you'll be introduced. Yeah. And once we're done with this, is there any question so far? Is it okay? Just I'm explaining what are the things in this program you can expect. Yeah. Next one is you will be covering with the module 2. The duration is 10 hours. So where you will be covering the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and Ajax. And the HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, like Bootstrap 4, you will be covering that, and JavaScript. And we will spend more time here in the JavaScript. You are going to spend more time. Yeah, so more time you'll be spending here. And finally, at the end of the end of this module 2, you will be developing a project. You'll be developing the project. I'll just show you that what kind of projects we are going to develop. Yeah, let's okay. If you look at this, the previous batch, just I'm going to take this is a previous batch. What are the things you can expect in GitHub? Okay. GitHub, we are going to take it here. I'm just show you that JS playground. Okay, so what are the things you will be developing and what you can expect is here. Like here you have given the detailed explanation about the what you can do that you have to clone this repository, and after that you have several examples here. Okay, several examples it will be there. Okay, UI app. Yeah, so this is a UI app. You can see here. I'm going to open in a. So this is what when you're learning the JavaScript and like operators, how we are going to use these operators. And again, you are going to the suppose if I'm taking the operators, like just let me give it as a simple example. 2 and addition of this, subtraction is this, multiplication of this, and EMI calculator. Suppose if I'm taking a loan of 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Yeah, 1 lakh rupees for 12%, and rate of interest is at 12. I need to pay the EMI is like 8,848 rupees 48 by 88 paisa. I'm going to pay it here. So then you will be given it as a, like, how you are going to, suppose if I'm taking the 1000 milliseconds equal to how many seconds I want to know that. So which is 1 second, it is going to say that here. So it's not only learning the language, like, how you are going to apply things and how you will be deploying your application into the GitHub pages. That things will be learning in the when you're learning the JavaScript. Like this, you have a lot of things like how you are going to palindrome and all these things, permutations and combinations. When it comes to the functions, just this is the same examples more or less. And when it comes to the arrays, you are going to perform all the CRUD operations you are going to perform. So Krishna, I'm going to say that when I say that, it's going to rename that and you are deleting that. And the same thing, the to-do application, how we are going to use it here, CRUD application, how we are going to do that here. And the contact application, this is a contact application you will be developing where you can edit and like, this age is going to be increased 38. Just I'm doing the update and you are going to add it here. This is going to use the completely local storage. It is going to use it here, not local storage. In memory object, it is going to use it here. This is going to store it in a browser. Yeah, this is going to store it in a browser. Suppose if I'm giving here the Tanvi gmail.com, something I'm going to give it here. The age is just, I'm going to give it as a 5 years. I'm adding here. Now this is added and its form is cleared and it is added here. I can edit. So I'm going to give it as a 25 and it's going to be updated. How we are going to develop these pages and local storage, how we will be using the local storage. Same application instead of arrays, how we are going to use the local storage, you will be covered. And then there is a IPL. This is a page, IPL page is going to be, which is going to make a API calls. So some other place the APIs are running. So that API calls, how we are going to call that API calls, you will be learning about that. Now, how you will be given the assignment is, you can see here. Let me go back to this. Yeah, there is something called the JS playground. You will be given the JS playground. So like, just you are going to clone this. And here you can see, okay, you are going to clone this source code. You are going to clone this source code. Here, most of the things are not implemented. Here, most of the things are not implemented. So just it has given the placeholder it has given. Just it has given the okay, the site is not found, it's saying that. So that is fine. No problem. JS playground, when I take the JS playground, this is a playground. It is only having the skeletons. It doesn't have any code, like, no. So here we don't have any code here in this file. If you look at this, it's empty file. Now I'll be asking you, once we are done with the sessions, index.html page, it's supposed to load. Why it didn't load? Let me take this. It's supposed to load. So it didn't load. What is the reason? Just we'll try to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to open the new browser. Index.html. Okay, it is going to load that. Now here array up here, if you look at these operations, is if I'm entering the 12 and 13, it is not going to do anything. So there is no implementation for that. Now you are going to, when you are learning the JavaScript, you will be writing the code for all these things. Like, there is empty skeletons are provided for you. This all the skeletons you are going to fill that. Now if I'm looking at the functions here, we don't have any implementation. I'll be asking you to give the implementation for this. Now here there is no data and here there is a simple form you have. So the repository, if you look at this repository, there is something called the JS playground where you will be cloning this, like detailed instructions will be given here, what you are going to perform that. You clone this project and you are going to provide the implementation for that in your repository, sorry, in your workspace, and finally you are going to post this into the GitHub pages you are going to host. So how to host these pages, you can learn that. This is what you can expect when you're done with the module 2. When you're done with the module 2, this is what you can expect. And then when it comes to the module 3, where you will be introduced to the Angular. So Angular, we are going to cover what is the Angular fundamentals and the data bindings and events and forms and HTTP services and routing, auth guard. Those all these things we'll be covering. I'll show you the demo of the what you can expect in Angular projects. What you can expect the Angular project. This is the Angular project for the last batch. Whatever I have developed that, just I'm showing you I'm giving the demo. So here we are going to take it as a user one. I'm going to take it as a user one is a password. Here, if you go back and if you look at this here, this is a basic element, how you are going to use the image and how you are going to bind the directives and the style binding, and then we are going to write the event binding, how you are going to do the CRUD operations. Like now here we are going to say that user, it's going to add it here, how you are going to delete all the CRUD operations and the directives. So how to use the ng for ng if and ng switch, like now list view, and this is all the things. And then we have a parent and child communication, how it is going to happen. Employee statistics, where you are going to get the employee details and the department details. So based on the employee details, it is going to display all the list of employees, and you want to display the count of all the employees based on the department. You want to count and you want to display the Google charts, how to work with the Google charts, and you will be developing the contact book application, which is going to connect with the server, which is going to connect with the server. That's the reason just it is taking me some time. It is going to take it here. So I'm going to type it as what are the data you have available? What are the data it is available? This is trying to connect with the server. Yeah, it is connected. Suppose if I'm searching here, so enter. So what is the names with the letter MA? These are the people who are having the MA in their names. You are going to get it here. Suppose if I'm typing here, Krish. So just there is nobody, it is saying here. Then I'm going to say it as a man. I'm going to say it here. There is a Manoj, Lakshman, and Manjunath and Ramana. These are the people who has got the man in their names. So this is information you're getting here. This information you are going to get it from this is not getting from the local, it is getting from the server. That server is running somewhere. So just I'm going to say it as you can see here, this is a place where your server is running. And here I'm going to write it here, SS, I'm going to enter. There is nobody SS. I'm going to say it as a S, letter S in it. You will be getting these are the people. And you are going to get the server call you are making here. And this server call, it is going to give the response. This is a response object it has given here. And how you are going to render this response object, you will be using the Angular, you are going to generate the response. The same thing you are going to add it here. Now, quiz, if you take this, how you are going to take this is a quiz, you are going to take it here. Now you are developing a quiz application. So here, which are the something I'm going to take it here. Now I'm going to take it here reverse. I'm not worrying about the output. Now I'm going to say that. So now I'm clearing this. I'm writing a quiz and I'm going to submit that. So it is saying it as I got the percentage. Still it is increasing. I got the 80%. I got it here in this quiz. I got the total 80%. It is saying that. And when you do the logout, just it is going to be logout and it's taken to the login page. So this is what you can expect the Angular. So Angular, almost all the components, almost all the things will be covered. Like whatever it's required for you when you're working in a projects, all these things will be covered. And this is what you can expect, like how you are going to develop login page. If I'm logging in as an admin, let me show it here. Admin. There is a two roles we have used. admin@gmail lwl.com. Now, if you look at here, contact book, where admin can edit and delete options, you can like now when you do the same thing with the user with the LWL, and I'm going to say it as a user. When I submit here, this is a user one invalid password. It said that. Okay. Now, if we go and look at this contact book, you don't have as a user, you don't have the permission to delete that. As a user, you don't have permission to delete that. Now here as admin only you have permission. Whenever I do the logout, so just it is going to be logout, it's going to do it here. So this is the things I'll make you guys to develop that application. So during the classroom, so those are all our running examples. These are not like pre-built examples, just it's a running example. I'll be coding that, I'll be showing the demo, I'll be asking the enhancements, like now what are the enhancements you can do that, just I'll be asking that. This is what just you'll be creating here. These are all the classroom examples. Everything will be made it available to you in a GitHub repository. It is going to make it available to you. Yeah, these are things you can expect in module 2, module 3. I'm sorry. Is there any question so far? And not only that, like here you are going to deploy this application into the other places you are going to deploy that, like Heroku, or you may be having the Firebase, or then there is a Amazon S3. So those are the places you are going to deploy your Angular application. How to deploy that Angular application, we will be covering that. Yes, fine. Okay. Any questions so far? Anybody has any questions? Fine. If you don't have any questions, I'll just complete this portion. Yeah. Next one is we are going to learn about the Spring framework. And in the Spring framework, Spring has got a lot of modules. And what are the things which is most widely used in industry, and to be as a good developer, as a Spring developer, what are the things is required for you? So those all modules will be covered. We'll get started with our applications with the Spring Boot, and we'll be covering core, AOP, MVC, data, and RESTful web services, how we are going to write it here. Once you develop this application, how you are going to secure your application, and working with the API documentation, that's nothing but the Swagger documentation, how we are going to use it, and FTL, the free market template language, and using the image, how we are going to use the image. These are the topics which is going to be covered in the module, so which will take the 18 hours. It is saying that it will take the close to 20 to 22 hours. It is going to take it here. Yeah. So another 4 hours extra you can add it for this. Yeah. So this is what we are going to learn in Spring. Once you learn this, now again, what I'm going to develop, what kind of application I'm going to develop this. Yeah, this is maybe you will be getting a question. Okay, so this is our application. Just we are going to, yeah, this application is developed by the previous batch students. Like they have created the UI. Now this is application. What we are going to take it here. This application you are going to learn. And now here, this is a Mumbai Indians. When I select this, you are going to get all the Mumbai Indians team. You are going to get it here. And this team has got the 6 bowlers, 6 all-rounders, and 8 bowlers, and 7 batsmen. And this is who are the bowlers. I want to see that. When you click on that, you are going to get the bowlers details. You are going to get it here. This entire code, it is developed in Spring. It is developed by using the Spring Boot. It is developed, and all the APIs are developed by using the Spring RESTful web services. Spring REST it is used and is developed, and this application is running in a Heroku. Heroku is the cloud provider. The cloud provider where what are the application you are going to develop? Yeah, go ahead. Somebody has a question. Yeah, Krishna, can you go ahead? Do you have any questions, Krishna? Krishna M. Okay, if you don't have any question, you can please. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Krishna.
Hello, this is Srinivas.
Okay.
I'm just want to know about you just mentioned about APIs, right? Actually, I'm not belongs to any development background. Just I wanna make sure what IPS do and what Spring do. I just wanna complete circle of the Java development.
Sure.
You mentioned before I mean, something Angular will do like this and something will do like this. So meanwhile, you mentioned APIs or something else. So what is the structure of the APIs and Spring, and what is the step-by-step procedure? If you tell like that, it would be good.
Okay. See, those all these things basic. We will deal from the writing the. So we will write from we will start from the basics. We'll so before writing the APIs, first of all, why do we need APIs? We'll try to understand that. We'll take the requirements, we'll convert into the requirements into the how we are going to model that. Then we'll build the application. And this application, whatever you build, and this data needs to be accessed outside world, like Angular or mobile application. It has to be accessed. To access the data, we are going to write a RESTful web services. We are going to write it here. The service is nothing but the resource where what are the application you built, the data needs to be accessed outside. You need to expose the data to the outside, and to expose that, like we are going to write a service. You're going to write a service. In a traditional application, you will write a one UI page, you will write it here. Now, when you have a multiple varieties of the client is like mobile, you have web page, you have a another systems which you are going to use your application. In such a cases, we will not write the web pages. We are going to write a APIs. We'll write it here. These APIs are going to exchange some data. It is going to exchange the data. So when it is exchanging the data, we need to provide the security mechanism. So how to write the API, you learn in detail, so from the basics, you will be introduced. Yeah, Srinivas.
I got you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Hello, Lakshman. I have a
Yeah,
question.
go ahead, please. Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
there any like model view controller, MVCC, MV patterns? Those are covered. MVC.
Yeah, it will be covered. Yeah, MEC will be covered.
Thank you.
Okay. So MEC will be covered. Like now, how MEC will be introduced with the JSP pages. How we are going to write it, that MEC will cover that. And the next thing is we will write the same application. We will write by using the APIs. Now this is an Angular application. The complete the complete application, it is written in by using the APIs. You are going to consume these APIs, and here we are going to get the team labels. You are going to get it here. This is a one API call. What are the response you are getting? You are going to display here. Whenever I change the team, it is going to change the players information, and at the same time it is going to change it here. Yeah, this is the information it is changing automatically. So this is nothing but you are getting all the team names from the database, like API you are calling. And whenever I'm clicking on that, I'm passing the one parameter. Based on that click, I want to load the particular team or players details. This is also another API. So you can see that in the network environment. If we go here, let me show you the simple things. I'm going to change this. I'm selecting. It is going to call the two APIs. It is going to call it here. One is so response, you are going to get it here. These are the one object, you got it here. This is another object, we got it here. There is a Rohit Sharma. This is a player information, you got it here. Yeah, this is getting from it is making a call to this is the API. It is going to make a call. You can see here, this is the data, you are going to get it here. This data, it is it is difficult to user to read, and this is the data we are going to display it as a response. We are going to, yeah, this is the data, the same data, whatever you got it here. What are the okay, what are the data you are getting here? This is just I'm going to open in a separate page. This is what you are going to get it here. Mumbai Indians, and his name is Rohit Sharma. So just we will be getting the Mumbai Indians Rohit Sharma. That data you are displaying by using the Angular. You are displaying the data in the form of a table. If you want to display it as a table, you will be displaying here. Now, if you look at this API, you are going to get like this: 7 batsmen, 3 wicket keepers, 6 all-rounders. This data we are representing by using the chart. Yeah, this is a way you'll write the client. The client you are writing here, this is the client, Angular client I have written. Tomorrow I may write the React client or hybrid client, I will write it here. So my application, whatever as the server side, whatever the application I am building, and that has to exchange the data. That exchanging of the data you'll do by using the APIs. Okay, so this is the entire application. The team statistics, when it comes to team statistics, these are the teams which is having here. The team CSK has spent more money, and remaining Mumbai Indians has spent the more money. And where they have spent the more money, you can see this here. They have spent more money on the all-rounders. Mumbai Indians, they have spent more money on the all-rounders. Yeah, these guys also spend more money on all-rounders. Punjab is the least spent. Their distribution is very nice. So everything is equal, so all-rounders they have spent 25%, bowlers they have spent 25%, 32 they have spent on the batsman. Any wicket keepers will be less. Yeah, this is the amount they spend on the wicket keepers. The bidding statistics, how you are going to get it here. This is the data you are going to get it here. If you look at this bidding statistics, so this is the information you are getting here. So how you are going to write this entire data and how where you are getting this data, just let me give you the simple example. This is a project requirement, project document. You will be given the this is a JSON file sheet will be given to you. This is a JSON file. You will be loading this data into the server. Yeah, let it open. Yeah, this is the way that the data will be given to you, and the entire data you will convert into the model object, and finally you will develop the APIs. So for that, what are the steps is required? What is a design model? I'll explain that in a couple of minutes. Okay. Now finally, what are the application I built, I tested, and everything is fine. How I'm going to deploy into the servers? How I'm going to deploy into the servers? What are the CI and CD tools I'm going to use it here? Now, here the CI and the CD tools. If you look at this, we have a Jenkins, and this is a build automation tool. Now, then we are going to take the Sonar link. This is going to tell that how much how code is written, how well the code is written. The quality of the code is measured. So by using the Sonar link, we will be using here. So not only that, how much coverage of your testing is done for the particular methods, how much code coverage is done, whether it has done the 60% or 80%. Sometimes in the projects you will have a quality gates. If you don't meet those expectations, it won't allow for the deployment. So how we are going to use the Sonar and how you will be identifying your bugs, those are the information you will be seeing, that how you will be using the Sonar lint, and there is something called the Jacopo plugin, so which will tell you that how much code coverage is done. This information you will get it here. And finally, the project, whatever you develop, you need to deploy in some server. Yeah, so the cloud service, we are going to take it either we can take the Amazon AWS, okay, or we can use the AWS, or we can use the Heroku. So AWS will ask the credit card details. That's the reason I have taken it, the Heroku I have taken. So either we can deploy in both also, there is no problem. Either you can use the Heroku, the application, whatever you build. So this application is deployed in wherever you are getting the data. This is deployed in Heroku. It is deployed. The application backend server, it's deployed in Heroku. That is connecting with the MongoDB. So Mongo Atlas is also a cloud service, which is up to 512 MB. It's a free. They will give you the single cluster. You are going to give it here, and by using the Mongo Atlas, you will be connecting. So from your application, you are going to connect with the Mongo Atlas, and this application is deployed in Heroku, and you will be writing the UI client, and that UI client you will be deploying in some other place. You are going to deploy here. You will take the one of the service provider. We will be deploying that. So these are the things you will be covering in 10 hours, and how to use the Jenkins, what is the Sonar, how you are going to deploy the Heroku, how you will be writing the how to use the Mongo Atlas. You will be introduced to that. The next one is overall architecture of your application. What is the architecture of my application? How I am going to develop this application? So this is the things we are going to you will be learning about that. Now, so far I explained, theoretically I explained. There is whenever you take the application, you will have a presentation layer, you will have a business layer, and a data access layer. Now the presentation layer, you can take it as here either Angular, React, or mobile, whatever you take it here. This is a presentation you are going to take it here in your application. We have a flexibility. Suppose if you are learning the Angular and React, both you are aware of that, or you don't know either Angular or React, plain JavaScript, you can write a client for you, client for your application. Yeah, because we are going to make everything business logic. Whatever I'm writing here, I'm exposing through the APIs. So these APIs, I can consume any client. I can write it here. I have a flexibility. Either I can write a Angular client, I can write a React or Vue.js, or I can write the mobile client. So one of the client application you are going to write it here, where this client application will interact with your server application. This is a server application. These are the components we are going to use it here. The Spring security and the controllers. There is a service, domain, and DTOs and repositories. We are going to use it here. And finally, these repositories or DOs will talk to the databases. It can be SQL database or no SQL database, based on what you are going to choose here. In this case, we will be learning the both. We will be learning with the SQL databases, and at the same time, same thing we'll do with the NoSQL database as well. When you are deploying, we are going to choose the one of the database. You are going to choose it. We'll be choosing the MongoDB. We are going to choose it as our default database. We are going to choose that. Now, this is a way our application is going to develop. Application is going to develop, and high-level architecture of our application is this. And the next one is the deployment diagram. Where are the components? These components are going to be deployed. So in Amazon or Firebase, you will be deploying your UI application, and this is application which is going to deploy in Heroku. And this is another thing we are going to take it as a MongoDB, which is a database cloud provider. You'll be using the Mongo Atlas. We are going to use it here. This Atlas is, as I told, that it's like a cloud service, which is a free for up to 512 MB. So you can use it in your up to 512 MB. You can use that data. So our application may not go more than that size. Yeah, if you are working in a project, that may go more than that. If you are doing what are the projects we are going to do, that may not go more than 10 MB itself. Yeah. So this is a Mongo Atlas we'll be taking here. This is a deployment diagram of your whole application. Any questions here before I go further? Okay. Now the next one is, so this is another way of representing your application. How we are going to represent that. This is more or less same thing. So just it is another way of representing the deployment diagram. Then finally, so you can see this is a demo of the application. So this is a demo of your application. Just whatever we have written here, you can see these are the things you are going to see it here. Yeah. Now these are the things you can expect from this as a Java full stack developer. You will be introduced from the fundamentals of the programming to how you are going to write the UI components, and how you are going to test your application, and UI components, when you write that, how you are going to deploy the applications into the GitHub pages. Those things you will be learning. Then you learn about the Spring framework. When you learn the Spring framework, once you build by using the Spring framework, you are making the enterprise ready application you are going to build. So once you build that application by using the CI and CD tools, how you are going to deploy into your cloud services, you are going to see that. So from the core Java to the Spring, very advanced concepts like Spring, you will be introduced. So we will go step by step, like module by module. You will be learning that. So total, it is going to take close to 75 hours, 75 to 80 hours. You can say that. Yeah. You can add the plus only, it's not minus. Yeah. So the plus also, it cannot be a very big number. So 5 to 10 hours you can add it here. Yeah, that's the time it is going to take it here. So this is the things you can expect. Yeah. And if somebody is having the doubt, I'm not from the computer science background, I don't have any programming knowledge, don't worry. Our session will start with the very basics, how we are going to write a hello world example. What is a Java compiler? How we are going to compile your Java program, and how you are going to run this Java program. This is where you will be introduced. The next one is you will be introduced to the basic programming concept. How you are going to write a for loops and while loops. Why do you need that? Yeah. So different kind of statements we have. Iterative statement. Then we have a conditional statement, then selection statement, how we are going to use it. That then slowly you will be introduced to the how to write a methods. Then you will be introduced to the object oriented concepts. Then the concepts will be the entire core Java concepts will be introduced, like exceptions, collection framework, how we are going to write a thread, and how we are going to use the reflection API, and writing the JUnit test cases for your own code, to test your logic. You are going to write a unit test cases. How to write the unit test cases you will be introduced. So this is the things you can expect from this program. Yeah. Anybody has any questions, so that I can take your questions? Otherwise, we'll quickly create one project, and we'll develop one project, and we'll see that how we are going to. Okay. When you're learning the core Java also, yeah, when you're learning the core Java, what kind of examples you will get it here? You may be having the doubts. So just let me show you one simple example. Okay. When you are learning with the core Java and how you are going to write the code, how you are going to write a code, you are going to write it here, how you'll be writing the test cases. So the basic, from the basic you will be introduced. From the basics you will be introduced. So day one, if you are taking here, this is what are the application we are going to develop. This is applications will follow all the standards you are going to follow here. So how we are going to build this application and how we are going to how to write the test cases. So how we are going to write your test cases for this, your examples, everything will be introduced when in the classrooms, and then later we'll be asked to do some assignment. The assignments will be given like this. So here, if you look at this, the assignment part. So there is a note. You can look at here notes. So the day one, yeah, this is a differently. Get all the students whose qualification is a BE, MCA, BSc. So this is in the running notes. You will be provided the assignments you are going to provide it here. Like a lot of assignments will be added. So how we are going to do that assignment, and I'll help you, definitely I will help you that. So the first class, how when you're introduced to the core Java, the first one is here I open the Eclipse and I'm showing you some code. We will not do that here. The first thing is we need to ensure whether our development environment is ready or not. As a Java developer, when you get started with that, the first thing is we are going to see that whether JDK is installed or not. Whether the JDK is installed or not, we need to check that. So I'm going to check here. So Java C, which I'm going to check it as a Java C, it is installed. Java, it is installed. Java hyphen version. When I say that Java version is, I'm using the 8 point, this is the version it is installed. There is no problem, things are working fine. Now, whenever you are working with the Java, we will be using the one of the IDs you are going to use it here. So here the ID can be Eclipse, or you have a lot of IDs are available in the market. So we can choose the one of the ID, we can choose it here. Like here I'm choosing the Eclipse, IntelliJ, NetBeans, like Visual Studio Code. You can use any of the IDs. Suppose if you are already familiar with some other IDs, so you go ahead with that. So here in this course, I'll be using I'm a big fan to the Eclipse. I'll be using the Eclipse. I'm going to use it here. So this Eclipse installation is very, very simple. There is no installation as such in Eclipse. You need to install the JDK. Once you install the JDK, you need to download the Eclipse zip file we are going to download here. Our Eclipse executable file you download. So this is going to provide the Eclipse. When you download the Eclipse, this is a folder it is going to give you. This is a folder it is going to give you, that Eclipse folder. So to download the Eclipse, just you can go to the Eclipse org. Okay, Eclipse org, we are going to download Eclipse ID for the J2EE developer. It will take you to the official site where you can download the Windows 64-bit or 32-bit, what you want. You can click on that, and here we are going to download. This is a zip file we are going to download. Once you download the zip file, you extract that zip file. You will get this is a folder. You are going to get it here. Inside this folder, you will have the executable. To run this, we need to install the prerequisite for this is you have to install the JDK. Yeah, first you ensure that your JDK is installed. So Java download, you can do that. JDK, when you do the download, it is going to you can browse for that JDK downloads. So you'll get the JDK version. You just do the install the JDK, just follow the installation wizard, nothing else you need to do that. So it is going to install the JDK. Once you install the JDK, to check that whether JDK is installed or not properly, Java version, you check that here, which is going to tell you that what is the version of the JDK. It is going to show you that. Now the next thing is once you open the Eclipse, this is the way it is going to open your Eclipse. It is going to open here. Yeah, and it will ask for the default workspace. And once you choose the workspace, this is things. Now you may not see these projects. Yeah, it is going to create one empty space. It is going to create for you. Now, how to create your first project in Eclipse? Suppose if I'm creating a project in Eclipse, I'm going to select the new Java project. I'll be creating it as a simple game. So dice underscore game, I'm going to develop this. This is a game I'm going to develop here. Now, This is a simple example. I'm going to take it here. I'm creating the core Java project. I'm going to create it here. And once I created this core Java, it is created the SRC folder. Here I'm going to create one new Java class. I'm going to create. To create a Java class, just I'll be saying it as a Java class. I'll give it as a com.lwl. So core Java. And I'm going to say that this is a game. I'm going to say that here. My class name is dice game. I'm going to say that here. Okay, cool. This is the name of my class name is I have given it as a dice game. So you can give any name. So the class name. So just we are going to give it as a dice game. So first, to print the hello world example, I'm going to write the main method public static void main. This is a main method signature. To check that whether these things are working or not, just I'm going to write it here. Hello world. I'm going to write it here. Nothing else I'm doing here. Just I'm writing the hello world. To run this, just we are going to right click, run Java application. You are going to run it here, which is going to say that hello world, it's printing. There is no problem. Things are working fine. So don't worry about too much about what is this public static void main. For time being, you take it as this is a main method signature, and this is whatever you write it in Java, you are going to write it inside the class. You are going to write it here. So I'll just show you that, like now, suppose if I want to, I'm taking one number, int number equal to, I'll be taking as some 18. I'm taking here. Now what I'm doing here to print this number. Suppose if I want to print this number, like no, this is what I want to print the output. SYS out. I'm going to print the number into. I want to print this is output. I want to print it here. Number into. Then we are going to write it here. The plus. Going to take the here I value. I'm going to take it here. Int I, I'm taking it as a 1. Cool. Now I value, I'm going to print it here. Plus equal to symbol plus number into I. Nothing great I'm doing here. This is a very, very simple thing I'm writing here. Instead of printing the hello world, I'm writing the number. 1 minute, guys. I'm sorry. So here we are doing here number. What is the number value? 18. Plus I want to append this is a star and this is a equal symbol. Then we are going to number into I, we are multiplying and we are going to print it here. That's all we are doing here. Instead of hello world, this is output, we are going to print it here. Now if I run this here, we got the 18 into 1 equal to 18, we got it here. Suppose this table I want to print it the 10 times, I want to print it here. 10 times I want to print it here. Now what I can do here, I can do here I plus plus increment 1 and you do this statement. You are going to do this statement. One more time, I plus plus, you do this statement. Okay, cool. If it is asking I value, you print it 100 times. You cannot write like this. This is a place where we are going to use the iterative statement. We are going to use the iterative statement. You are going to write it here. The same thing I am going to do it here for int I equal to 1 to I less than or equal to 10 times I plus plus. Whatever I am writing here, whatever I'm going to write it here, hey, you start with the 1, you end until I value become less than or equal to 10, you keep on do this job. You keep on do this job, you are going to say that. Like no, the moment it became the more than 10, then it is going to come out of this. Now if I run this, which is going to print the 18th table, 18 ones are, 18 twos are, 18 threes are, then suppose if I change the number, I'm going to change the number, which is going to print it as a 19th table, it's going to print it here. The same thing we are going to, suppose if I want to accept the number from the user, like no, it is like it's hard-coded value. I want to accept it from the user. Now, how do you, like to print the output, I am using the system.out. How do I get the input? How do I get the input? Like no keyboard, how I am going to get the input? And like no, so just we want to read the value from the user. Here we are asking here SYS out system.out.println, hey, enter the number to print the table. To print the table, so what is the number you want? You just enter that. Now here, then the question is here, how I am connecting my keyboard, how I'm going to connect my keyboard and how can I read the value from the keyboard? What is the user key in? I want to read that value. Then Java, they have provided the the multiple ways to do that. Like the one of the way is by using the scanner class. There is something called the scanner. This is available in java.util package. It is available. The scanner sc equal to, I'm going to create a new object, new scanner. I'm taking the new scanner. For this scanner class, I'm going to attach the keyboard. System.in is nothing but I'm attaching the keyboard to the scanner class. So whatever the keyboard you enter the keys, that is going to read by the scanner is going to read it. Whatever you are keying in, you are doing system.in, that is read by the scanner class. Now I am asking the scanner class sc.num equal to, hey boss, I am expecting the sc.next int. My user is going to enter the number value. You please give me that number value you are saying here. You please give me that number value you are going to ask this. The sc.next int means it is expecting the integer value. I am expecting my user is going to enter the value. I am expecting the integer value. Give me the int. It is saying that. Okay. Now I'm going to run it here. It is asking enter the number. Instead of number, I enter the something. Enter. It is going to fail that. Okay. So you are asking the number, like whatever you key in, it doesn't have the number. Boss, you are asking the number, but you enter the something else. It is saying that this we call it as an exception. I'm expecting something. You are given something else, and which causes the exception. An exception is an unexpected event which disrupts the normal flow of execution. We supposed to give the number, but we have given the text we have given, so which I didn't anticipate that. So you have given that value, and which is going to fail that. Now once again, I'm going to run it here. I'm going to run it here. 19th table, which is going to print the 19 ones are 19 twos are. This is a value. It is going to print it here, and it is giving the warning. Why it is giving warning? Boss, you open this some resource with the keyboard. Better you close that. Otherwise, there is a chances of memory leak. I'm going to close this. I'm going to do it here. Once I close this, there is no warnings, and it is expecting the number. I'm going to enter the. So I will be giving the 29th because anyhow we are not calculating. Computer is doing that. Definitely, it's going to calculate very fast. Just we will be printing this away. You will be printing the table. You are going to print it. So this is a way you will be introduced to the each and every program, writing the hello world example to the complex example, how we are going to write and how we are going to build a dice game. Like let's take this is one small game we are going to build that. Let me show you that. There is a math.random. I'm going to multiply with the 6. I'm going to multiply. Okay, just I'm going to take it as this int number. I'm going to take it here. I'll just show you that. Here we are going to take it here. Math.round or C. I'm going to take it here. This is what I'm going to take it here. Okay. This is a value I'm typecasting into the integer. I'm typecasting here. I'll explain this. What is this I'm doing here? Now I'm going to run it in a loop for int I equal to 1 to I less than or equal to 100 times I plus plus. Okay, cool. Now I want to check that this is I want to generate the random number. SYS out. I'm going to print it here. Num value I'm printing here. I'm going to run 100 random numbers. It is going to generate here. Yeah, we got the all the times. The random numbers we got the 1 to 6 only. We got it here. Cool. 1 to 6 only. We got it here. There is no other things. So what we are doing here, whenever you throw a 6-faced dice, when you throw the 6-faced dice, you will get the 1 to 6 only. You will get the 1 to 6 only. You are going to get it here. Yes. So whenever I'm throwing the 6-faced die, you will get the one of the option. The number will be 1 to 6. I'm saying that generate the one of random numbers in the range 1 to 6. I'm saying here it is going to generate the one random number. I'm asking the user SYS out. Guess a number. That is a 1 to 6. Whenever you throw the die, you are saying it here, user, hey, can you guess the number? To read this is input scanner s equal to new scanner. I'm going to connect with the system.in keyboard. We are going to connect it here. Now here we are going to say that int g number, guess number equal to sc.next int. And now I'm going to say it here. If the number, what are the number you entered, what are the number it is generated. Now when I'm throwing the die, it is going to give the number. if the G number, guess number, both are same. So you are going to say that SYS out. Super. You guessed number. You guessed number. We are going to say that. So now else you are going to say that SYS out. Sorry. Wrong guess. Okay. Wrong guess. The number is. We are going to say it as a the actual number whatever it's generated. We are going to print it here. Now I'll be saying here se.close. I'm going to say this. Now this is a fun program we have written here. Like now you are generating the random number. We are asking them user to, hey, I'm developing a small game. Can you guess a number? It is saying that. Okay. Suppose if I'm guessing the number, yeah, somebody can guess the number. Can someone tell me? You can check your luck.
Yeah, Lakshmi garu. Lakshmi garu, this is me. Sorry to interrupt you. Have a minute, please, to talk. Lakshman garu.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Lakshmi from Kerala. So small info from our end. This batch is starting from tomorrow onwards. Timings are from 6 to 7 a.m. IST. That is 8th June IST time. For USA people, it falls on 7th June. And I'll be sharing all the details, link and even demo recording to your mail. So everyone, please do check your mail for the details. Thank you. Yeah, please you can carry on, Lakshman garu.
Okay, fine.
Number is 5.
Okay. Now number is 5. Okay, somebody guessed number is 5. Yeah, we'll see this. Guess a number. Sorry, wrong guess. It is the number is 4. Now if I'm going to run the second time, I'm going to say it as a number 5. Number is 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll guess the number 1 now. Okay, number 1 I'm going to guess it here. Oh, no luck. Number 3. Oh no. Number I'll take the 5. Number 2. I'm sorry. Okay, so somebody can guess that. Yeah, my guesses was always 4. Okay, super. You guessed correct. Yeah, that's a fun games. You can just recreate that. Like no. So when you're learning the programming, you can take such a fun activities. You can take it here. Now this is you're going to say that no. Here if you want to run it in 3 times. Okay, just we are going to say that here. I'm going to say it here for int I equal to 1 to I less than or equal to 3 times I plus plus. We are asking the user to guess the number 3 times. You are going to ask this I equal to, we are allowing him to guess the number in 3 times. Okay, sorry, wrong guess. Try again. Okay, now here we are going to say that if the number is guessed, I want to say that you come out of this. If it's not guessed, finally if it's coming here SYS out, here we are going to write it here if flag. If it is not true, we are going to say that sorry, max attempt reached. Okay, here we are going to take it as one flag variable boolean flag equal to, I'll make it as a false. Initially I'll take it as a false. Here whenever you guess the number, I'm going to make it as a flag equal to, I'm making it as a true. Okay, cool. Now look at this here. This example, if you guess that number, you are going to say it as a you guess the number and true. If you not guess the number, we are keep on running in the loop. Like now we are giving the 3 attempts. In 3 attempts also, if you're not guessing that, then you're saying that sorry, maximum attempts you reached, you're going to say that. This is a simple fun game just we created here, nothing great here. Now here we are going to write it here, guess a number. I'm going to give it as a 3. Sorry, wrong guess. Once again, it is giving me this chance. I'm going to give the 4. Sorry, wrong guess. And 2. So super, you guess the third attempt, I guess the correctly. Third attempt, I guess the correctly, I guess that. So just it is saying that super, you guessed in how many attempts you guessed, just you can display here. Super, you guessed a number in plus I. Just we are going to change the messages, you are going to change it here. Now I'm going to run it here. So here I'm going to take it here. 1, you guess the number in first attempt itself. That's super cool, super cool. Now I'm going to say it as a 1, no, wrong. 2, wrong. I'm going to say the 5, it is wrong. I have reached the maximum number of attempts. So again, to play with that, I have to restart the game. So this is a way you are going to, like, taking the for loops, how we are going to use it here, break statement, how we are going to use, what is a break, what is a for loop, you'll be introduced to all these concepts. Yeah. So this is a way you will be learning your Java programming, and every day you will be introduced to a new concept, and you'll be introduced to the new challenges, and we will not only learning the programming things and where you are going to apply these things, you'll be learning about that. Yeah. So these are the things I planned for a demo. Yeah. So if you have some questions, I'll take your questions. Otherwise, we can wind up the.
Is there any help and support for Sun certification, Sun Java certification, or any other certification?
Definitely, like the classes will help you to clear your Sun certification. Yeah. So there is a OCA when you're taking the certifications. Like OCA, again, we have 2 parts. So this course will cover most of the concepts what is required for the Oracle certification. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, hi Lakshman. I have a
Sun certified in the year I have done my Sun certification. In the year 2008, I have done my Sun certification. Yeah. It's
yeah,
this is almost. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, once we develop the code in IDE, suppose in case if we want to execute from any other box like Linux or some other box, so how we will connect actually, how we will execute the code from other box?
See, like the Java executables, you'll have the either jar or var you will be creating. So like you take this jar file and you will be running in that box. Okay.
So we need to convert it to jar files here.
Exactly, exactly. We have to give the distribution files. No, the distribution files typically will happen in either jar or var. That's a 2 EAR. Okay. So like you will convert to the jar you are going to convert, and wherever Java runtime environment is running, you'll keep it in your jar file, and there you are going to run that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. So if your Dockerization also, you can do that. That's also another option. So first Java distribution, you will do it in a jar or var. Any other questions?
I have one more question. Like, okay, in a represent, you show the diagram, right? Okay, that so in the represent layer, okay, so where JavaScript will come into the picture?
It will go in a UI.
Okay, presentation layer.
Yeah, presentation layer is a JavaScript.
Okay.
So tomorrow at what time EST, like Canada Toronto time, the class will be?
I am very bad at that time conversion, but in Indian time, I'll tell you that it is 6 a.m. 6 a.m. in IST.
I am in Toronto. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So Toronto, I believe it should be 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
8:30 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lakshman, what is the plan? Like how many hours you cover per day, and what about weekends? So do you schedule any?
So like it is a 6-day week. So and day 6 to that is a 1 hour 15 minutes the class will be conducted.
Okay. So do you stretch any classes on Sundays? Any plan? Like
No, not really. So Sunday we will not take any sessions.
okay.
Okay.
Also,
So
like any breaks you would like to take in on holidays or something like that, like so that we can also.
see, it will be informed well advance. Okay.
Okay.
Moreover, as of today, I don't have any plans. Another at least to like no. Yeah, I can't think of the any leaves now.
No, no, no.
So
I'm not talking about lease. I'm talking in general.
even
Like,
public holidays also
yeah,
we will be working on that.
on public holidays you will continue, right?
Yes. Morning 6 to 7 it will be continued.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
If at all there is anything, it will be well planned. So we'll be informing you a week before that. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, that helps.
So
Thank
that you can also plan that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. So somebody is asking Venkat core stat master means how to package export, try to use it to create it and use. Kindly explain much longer. Yeah, you are Venkata Datra Sheshasai Prasad. So are you there? In a Venkatas. Yes. Can you ask that question like exactly what you are expecting?
You can show that. You can show that visibility text, please.
Huh?
You can show that visibility. Eclipse.
You can
Show that Eclipse.
Eclipse. Okay, sorry.
So here the core Java. Under the core Java, master is there.
Here. Oh, okay. That is a source code repository. It is used in oh, okay. Very good observation. Okay, fine. So this is a core Java stat. This is a project which is stored in a GitHub repositories. Whenever you are using in a GitHub repositories, you will have it different branches. I am in the master branch. It is going to say that. Okay. This is saying that I'm in a master branch. Now, if I'm
possible to create house.
Okay, that concept I'll introduce you. Anyhow, since you asked, just I'm going to tell you that new branch. I'm going to say it as a feature branch. So just it is going to take the feature branch. It is going to take it here. Okay, or you can create a one more branch if you want to create it here. Generally, people will create that. So devil branch they will create. Okay,
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾ US ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Okay. Switch to create a new branch. This is a typically people will use the devil. So this is a development branch I'm in. Okay, I'm in a development branch. So that what are the code I made the modification that will be in the development branch. So that I can push that code into development. Once somebody approves, that will be merged with the master branch. So that is Git concepts. Yeah. Did I answer your question? Yeah. Okay. So fine, guys. Like yeah. So if you don't have any questions, then we can wind up the meeting.
Yeah, Lakshman, like based on the project which we have created just now, actually small code. Can we convert this to var? Where is the option available?
No. This is created it as a jar. It is created like no. It's a Java project. So like no, you cannot convert it as a var. If you want to convert that, like no, you have to create it as a web project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is
So
that option? Like
here you will get it here. Now here you are going to get it here. Team. Or we can take not. So just we're going to export. You will get a export option. Export. So
okay.
You're going to create it as a jar you want to convert here. Just you will say that jar. What do you want to convert?
Okay.
Here? Executable jar, runnable jar. Just
okay.
And you can generate the jar.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys, and we'll meet tomorrow. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
ನಾನು ನವೆಂಬರ್ 9 ದಸರಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ